everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon and this is a channel that is dedicated to all things related to narcissism. I've been married to a covert narcissist for almost 20 years. I'm separated from him now, and what I do with this channel is I use my real life experiences to get information out there to people about what narcissism really is, what it looks like, what it does to you, and what it does to your family. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about narcissists who are also addicts. Not all narcissists are addicts, but all addicts are narcissists. The reason for this is that the addiction always comes first. The innate selfishness of a narcissist, coupled with the power an addiction has over them, is going to be devastating. A narcissist already lacks the ability to control their mind. Add in an addiction, and there can't be anything but a disaster. If you are in a relationship with somebody that is a narcissist and an addict, you're going to see the worst of both conditions. Narcissism is similar to an addiction in certain ways. If you break down an addiction into, say, 4 parts where you have cravings, indulging, needing more, and withdrawal, that's how a narcissist goes through their life. At its core, narcissism is a disease where somebody doesn't have a conscience. Actually, I shouldn't say a disease, it's a mental illness where somebody doesn't have a conscience. They lack the ability to feel positive emotions. They have no empathy, no love, no ability to truly feel happiness. There's a void inside of them that they want to fill. Now, I'm not saying that addicts don't have a conscience, but addicts also, there's something inside of them that isn't quite right. They're trying to fill something. There's some unhappiness that they're trying to cover up. And what they do, so both the narcissist and the addict, they crave feeling better. So for an addict, they'll crave their substance, or it doesn't necessarily have to be a substance. They might be a gambler. Who knows, there's a shopper. There's other addictions other than, taking substances. But they crave that. They crave whatever they think is going to make them feel better. Similarly, a narcissist, they crave other people to make them feel better. They want other people to feel that they are superior. They want to take from other people. They feel better. They bolster their ego by having other people admire them, look at them in a positive light. And they go about this in different ways. They'll step right on people if they have to. They'll steal. They'll do anything. They want people to think that they're superior. It makes them feel better about themselves. So they indulge. The addict is going to indulge in taking their drug. They're going to indulge in shopping, whatever it is. The narcissist, they'll go right out and just take what they want, whatever they can get away with. Then they're going to need more. Both the addict and the narcissist need more. What satisfied them yesterday isn't going to satisfy them tomorrow. If you look at just like an addict, say you're an alcoholic, the amount that you have to drink to satisfy yourself isn't going to be the same once you build a tolerance. It never ends. They need more and more. They'll take more and more chances. They will gamble their family's life away. It doesn't matter. Nothing comes before the addiction. Then we go into withdrawal. So withdrawal is what the person, the narcissist, and the addict is trying to avoid at all costs, because withdrawal is going to be them feeling what is missing in them. So if an addict doesn't get their drug, they're going to have physical symptoms that are going to be very uncomfortable. For a narcissist, if they feel that somebody isn't treating them the way that they deserve, or that they think that somebody is being rude to them, criticizing them, disrespecting them, they're going to exhibit extreme distress. That's going to be the narcissist withdrawal, and they are going to immediately go on the offensive. They will attack. They won't even think about it. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be their own child. They will steamroll over them. They will be physically abusive. They could be verbally abusive. They could give you a silent treatment. They could act like you're dead. They don't care. They'll do anything. In a worst case scenario, a narcissist could kill somebody. They don't care. There's no conscience. Nothing is holding them back. Anger is what they feel all the time, and they're always trying to push that down. And if it gets over what they can handle, they will just explode. Nothing stops them. Narcissists and addicts have a profound lack of empathy for anybody around them. The drug and the narcissism always comes first, always. They rely on the drug, they rely on their narcissism to bolster their self-esteem. They're always running from reality. They're constantly searching for an escape. It's out of the range of reality to expect them to take the courageous and necessary step to focus internally. It's hard enough for someone to confront an addiction. And an addiction is something that people do overcome. That is possible. Somebody who is an addict is not in a hopeless situation. Narcissists, I feel, are in a hopeless situation. The reality is, if somebody is a narcissist and an addict, it's not going to be enough for the person to get over the addiction or the narcissism. It has to be both. One without the other is not going to make your life any better. They have to do both. That is so difficult because while people do overcome addictions, narcissism is a beast unlike anything else. It is who the person is. The person who is a narcissist would have to truly focus on themselves, looking at the negative part. They only look at themselves focusing on how wonderful they are, how other people can see how wonderful they are. They would have to confront reality, and reality for a narcissist is not acceptable. Their entire existence is getting away from that reality. And the other issue that people have when they are an addict and a narcissist is the recovery process for an addict often involves 12-step programs. They don't work for a narcissist because 12-step programs bolster the narcissism. It has to be both. They have to be both. What often happens, and this happened with my husband, he's an alcoholic. He was very resistant to go to AA. He didn't want to go. When finally he went, he ended up loving AA because AA bolstered the narcissism. He felt okay. He went in there full of shame. He's an alcoholic. That was a bad thing. He was embarrassed by that. He gets in there and people are telling him it's not his fault. It's a disease. He's a good person. Just because he's an alcoholic doesn't mean that he's a bad person. It made him feel good. He went there and would tell me, all these people are so amazed at how wonderful I'm doing. They're telling me, that it's not my fault. I'm a victim. He didn't say he's a victim, but that's basically what he meant. I'm a victim. It's not my fault. There was, in a 12-step program, people are supposed to make amends. They're supposed to confront reality. It's, yes, you need support. If you're going to just feel horrible about yourself, of course, you're not going to get better. There is a place for that, absolutely. But for a narcissist, it feeds their narcissism. They're already going through a tough time dealing with the addiction. Their narcissism it's suffering. So to have that filled up, it makes them feel superior again. That craving they feel is satisfied, and then they'll start getting mad at other people. Why are you looking down at me? It's not my fault. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm helpless to control myself. This is what happens. So they're never going to make amends. They're never going to try to right wrongs. They're not going to try to be a better person. It's all about the victim mentality. AA works for many people, and I'm not saying negative things about AA. It has nothing to do with AA. It has to do with the narcissist. They have to confront themselves. They have to confront reality, and they're not going to be able to do that if they're in a 12-step program because they're getting too much support, too much positive support. And people need that. If you're if you're an addict, if you're an alcoholic, that is a terrible thing, and you're feeling terrible about yourself, and you're sober, you're going to be looking at the reality. You've hurt your family. You've messed up, and it's courageous work to go and handle that, to go through the steps, to tell people you're sorry, to feel this internally. Narcissists run from that. That's their worst nightmare. They can't accept it. They won't accept it. It's not who they are. Addicts can get better. Narcissists don't. And if you have somebody with both of them, you don't get tricked into thinking, well, they're not an alcoholic anymore. They've stopped drinking. They've stopped taking drugs. They've cut up the credit cards, whatever it is. If they're still a narcissist, it isn't going to be enough. And it is extremely important for anyone who is involved with a narcissist and or an addict to understand and accept that you are powerless to change or save the person. You have to take care of yourself. It's not selfish to do that. The narcissist, the addict, is not going to be able to take care of you. They lack empathy and a conscience. Always with a narcissist and the addict, when they are in their full addiction, they're going to not feel bad for you. They're not going to care. If they start feeling bad for you, they're going to take their substance to get rid of that. You are in a terrible situation, and you have to ask yourself some difficult questions. Why are you in this relationship? And I understand it's extremely distressing to be in a situation like that. And a lot of times you don't realize you're in the situation for many years even. Then you're awake to this and you think, well, maybe the person can get better. Well, they're going to AA, or they've fixed their alcohol problem. Now they can fix their narcissism. It doesn't work that way. Hope is such a good thing, but when hope is misplaced, it can be very difficult to accept. Somebody that you love, somebody that you want to change, somebody that you can see so clearly what they have to do to change, isn't going to do that. You only have the ability to change yourself. It doesn't matter if you can see very obviously what somebody has to do. If you're not them, you can't do it. You can't make somebody do anything. And addicts and narcissists are liars. They don't care about the truth. There's no conscience there. There's no ability to put themselves in anybody else's shoes and think about how you might feel, how their kids might feel. They don't care. So you need to ask yourself these hard questions. Somebody who has such a profound mental illness is not in a position to be in any type of relationship. They can't take care of themselves. They're completely dependent on someone else. There's nothing neutral. There's nothing that you are in a relationship with. It's just you taking care of somebody that for all intents and purposes is permanently disabled. So these are some things to think about when you are in a relationship with someone like this. And I truly understand that this is my reality. This is why I make these videos. I want to help people. I want to help people look at things realistically, but not to just give up hope in themselves. It's not about that. It's about being the best person you can be and accepting reality, even if it's difficult, because the narcissist, the addict, can't accept reality. That's why they're a narcissist. That's why they're an addict. But that doesn't have to be you. So I'm sending good thoughts, happiness to you, love to you. I know it can be all right for all of us. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to make videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Can't guarantee that I'm always going to do that. I'm trying to get myself on a schedule, but that is my aim. So if you would like to see more videos, please subscribe, and I will see everybody in the next video. God bless.